Welcome back to Reliving the Hero class. This one's a bit unorthodox as I have made a script. Why is that, you ask? Well, as the title says, I didn't check to make sure sound was being recorded. So now I have about 2 hours of footage that is completely silent. The best I can do now is give a summary of what all happened. First off, I thought the problem was on Windows 11's end, and can you really blame me for thinking that? But then I decided to check some older recordings and the sound was on then. It was at that point I remembered that I indeed muted both desktop sound and my mic while recording the initial segments for a couple other WoW series I'm working on. And of course I never changed those settings back. All will be fixed by the time I record the next segments of Alatharian's journey. Still sucks though. To start off, the connection problem from episodes 9 and 10 was in fact due to my computer. I play and record on a desktop and need a USB network stick to use Wi-Fi. Well, it doesn't play the nicest with 5G routers. So that was the source of the lag issue. I managed to dig out an Ethernet cable and it's been fine since. You know, when the weather wasn't absolute crap and messing with the 5G signal anyway, but those have been fairly few and far between. I suppose ultimately I get my wish of finishing up Hellfire Peninsula this episode. When I recorded the gameplay I was quite tired and was struggling to come up with good quips while questing. The zone music isn't exactly helpful for staying alert either, so I was both physically tired and a bit tired of being in Hellfire for so long, not to mention the constant back and forth with quests. It's a little less annoying with flying, but it really is no wonder I got to level 17 in Real Classic and then quit. Quality of life point goes to retail on that front. My first goal with this play session was to finish up the eastern part of the map, that is to say all the quests to the east of Hellfire Citadel. That would have ended up being 3 episodes, mostly due to the back and forth I just mentioned. Then I finally moved west of the Citadel to do Den of Halesh and quests from Temple of Telhamat and Cenarian Expedition. It ended up being a very good thing I didn't record my travel to and from Netherguard Keep for that stupid beer the one dwarf wanted. No one wants to see that already, and certainly not in complete silence. The award for second most annoying quest from the western half of the map was the one where I had to fly all the way back down south to kill some Voidwalkers. Still never ended up finding the quest that would have sent me to Void Ridge, but whatever. I ended up finishing the zone missing 4 quests. It's chill. Let's get a change of scenery. What I ultimately decided to do during this session is to use Dungeon Finder and just record those runs for the following episodes. That should get me 4 or 5 episodes, depending on how much experience the dungeons and quests give me. Then it will be off to Northrend. With the Firelands raid having recently launched, I'm fairly certain that this series will end once I hit level 80. My philosophy with it was simply to relive the good old days of the original, or least modified, way of playing Death Knight. I don't need to do the raids for that. Plus, with other plans, I don't want this to end up dragging into Mists of Pandaria Classic when massive changes came into effect. With that said, I think that's it for this episode. It will probably be the shortest of the series, despite having recorded for about 2 hours. I decided to do some profession leveling off camera, so I'll be set for Northrend. So that's another reason I figured specific dungeon queuing would be the better idea. Each episode is aesthetically different, and I get to grind professions in between recording sessions. Might even conserve my voice too, because apparently I don't know how to talk. Anyway, thanks for tuning into this weird episode. See you in the next episode in a dungeon that, well, I've done, but Alatharian has not.